Today, we're jumping into something that I think a lot of people feel but maybe don't always talk about. It's this restlessness that our sources say many women over 60 find in retirement.
Exactly. It's not the peaceful ending everyone promises. It's more like your authentic self finally getting a chance to speak up.
So our mission today is pretty simple, really. We want to extract the blueprint for, well, for designing a second act that actually feels like it's yours.
And the core message from the very beginning is so powerful. It's that you are not too old. In fact, you're perfectly positioned.
Okay, so let's start right there. Why 60 plus specifically? What makes this the prime time for a total reinvention?
What's fascinating is how the source just, goes right at it. It calls out what it labels society's biggest lie.
Which is that a woman's value diminishes with age.
Right. But all the evidence, all the data, it suggests the complete opposite. You are arguably more capable and more clear-sighted right now than you've ever been.
I love how they phrase it. They call them your invisible superpowers.
Yes. Things you've earned over decades. Your emotional intelligence is at its peak. You can read a room in seconds.
And that pattern recognition they mentioned.
That's a huge one. It's the ability to see around corners because, well, you've seen this terrain before. And it's not just a theory. Scientifically, for a lot of people, overall cognitive function actually hits its highest point right around age 60.
That makes so much sense. But, going from theory to actually doing something, that's always the hard part. So if we're this perfectly positioned, do the sources tell us to start?
They lay out a really clear three-step action plan. Step one is name what you actually want.
That sounds simple, but I imagine after decades of, focusing on everyone else, family, career, that's incredibly difficult. Is there a trick to cut through that noise?
There is. You have to use what the source calls the compass question. Ask yourself, ruthlessly, if money and other people's opinions literally did not matter, what would you do?
Just writing that down must be a breakthrough.
It is, because this next act only needs to feel true to you. Which brings us to step two, which is all about protecting yourself from regret. Test before you invest.
Don't just jump off the cliff.
Exactly. Build a bridge. The advice is to test your new idea for 90 days. Volunteer, maybe do some freelance work, take a part-time role.
So you get real data before you commit everything.
You get real data. And then there's step three. Start lean and stay strategic.
Okay, start lean sounds smart, but what about listeners who still need a substantial income?
It's about focusing on service-based models. Things like coaching, consulting, tutoring. They require almost no startup money. You're just leveraging the network and the wisdom you already have.
So let's talk about some of those practical ideas. What are some specific careers that really use this accumulated wisdom?
Oh, the band is just enormous. Take something like remote life or career coaching. You're not just giving advice. You're monetizing a whole history of mentoring people or managing projects. That's easily worth $50 to $200 an hour.
Or what about digital course creation? That seems like a great model.
Totally. You build it once, and then you can sell it again and again, teaching anything from, financial planning to genealogy.
And there's always a need for good writers.
Always. Freelance writing or editing. If you can communicate clearly, there's a market for you. The whole goal is just to match the new path to your priorities.
It really connects everything back to that initial idea, doesn't it? That restlessness isn't a problem to be solved.
It's a signal. It's your soul refusing to settle for less than what you know you're capable of now. Reinvention really just starts with recognizing you've earned this.
You've earned the right to design this chapter exactly how you want it.
You're finally old enough to stop caring what they think and start trusting what you know.
So I want to encourage you to take just one brave step today. Just one. Maybe schedule 30 minutes in your calendar right now and just write down an answer to that compass question.
Because the biggest risk isn't trying something and failing. It's getting to 80 and wondering, what if I'd been brave? Your second act is right there, waiting.
Thank you so much for joining us